All right, audio is on, video is on. Hopefully everything is hearable. So let's do something. I'm gonna start off. Welcome to the Action Sturge. We are doing something a little different tonight. We are playing, or we are having our session 0 for our campaign that we're doing, featuring the award-winning tabletop RPG Dungeon World. Should be a really fun time. I'm super excited to dig in and see what kind of game this is going to be. Let me first shout out Storytellers Union. They are a super cool group of streamers. They have super cool stuff. Check them out at Twitch/team/ or twitch.tv/team/ Storytellers Union. They've always got something good going on. Also, make sure to check out dndwow.com. They have a plethora of amazing dice, and if you use the code theactionsturge at checkout, you can get a 30mm dice. You can get 10% off of that dice, and that's quite nice. So do that, and also check out our YouTube and our Twitter, and leave us a follow. Subscribe to our YouTube page, and leave a like on the video. If you would do that, that'd be great. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and let everybody introduce themselves. They don't have characters yet, so they can't introduce their character, but they can introduce themselves, and that will be just fine. We'll start off with the Plaster Dragon.
Hey, I am the Plaster Dragon, aka Brian. Friend of the channel, come by whenever I can, and I'm stoked to be playing with this rowdy gang. Played with most of them before, but I've never gotten to play with Maddie, and so I am just crazy excited about that.
That is exciting. I didn't know that. Morat Cake.
Hi, I'm Morat Cake. I'm a Swedish student that I don't have any presence online except for this. I don't know how I got here. It's really fun though, so I'm just gonna hope it sticks this way. I'm in the same way as Bastard. I play with everyone here except Maddie, so that's really exciting. So I hope everything goes well tonight. Yeah.
Very nice. And then we got some regular faces who have been on the stream for quite some time. Terry.
Hello, I'm Terry. Friend of the Action Sturge, and that's about it. But apparently all the pressure's on Maddie tonight, so
Who you have played with before.
I know, right?
And of course, the Deacon Smith.
Yep, Deacon Smith. I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
Nice.
And they can find the Action Sturge on Twitter at the Action Sturge at Twitter. But they can also find your Twitter as well, right, Deacon?
Yeah, at the Deacon Smith.
Very nice. All right, cool. So so let's jump right into this. I've got the book pulled up here as well. Oh, what? So it's getting shouted out by every.
Hi, I'm Maddie.
Getting shouted out by every other member of the cast is not good enough for you.
Hi, I'm Maddie. I'm a regular in the Action Sturge, and I'm also the mod in chat. Nice to meet you while I'm playing with you. That's okay, though. We can just skip over that. I'm just here to mediate. I'm actually not a player.
You weren't satisfied with a piece of everybody else's introduction. You had to.
You were just like, and finally, the Deacon Smith. And I'm like, finally? Hold on.
Oh, yes. Oh, man. Ooh, I'm going to pay for that later. So.
She's just here to bring down the average age on the channel. That's what it is.
There we go.
They're all wonderful players, and also my wife, I guess.
Yeah. She don't really know anything about her.
Well, I think we're done here. I think we're.
Yeah. Get back here.
Yeah.
And that's a season wrap on John, everybody.
Oh, it only gets worse from here, guys. Let's be honest. So we're gonna. So the way we're gonna do this So this is just going to be one long conversation about the characters we want to play and the world we want to build, and and I want to get some ideas for like what kind of tone we want to what kind of tone of adventure do we want to play, and whatnot. And I'm going to take everything that was said here tonight, and I'm going to use that to craft the campaign. I want it to run about 8 sessions long, so that's probably only long enough to pursue one major goal, but I definitely want some if you guys want to, I definitely want to explore some character arcs within that, if you guys are up for that, and if you guys are interested in that kind of thing. So I think there's room for just about everything, every play style. So we'll do some character creation, and then once we kind of get into that, I'm just gonna ask a bunch of questions about certain things that kind of come up. I'm gonna take some notes. So let's get started with character creation. I'm gonna set you each up with a character sheet on Foundry. Now this is straying away from the normal process of character creation per Dungeon World, but I'm gonna need your names first. So, Terry, what is your character's name gonna be?
Lord.
They have some examples at the top.
Yeah, or anybody. If anybody has a name already that they think they're gonna like.
Or yeah.
I can start with anybody.
I'm gonna go with Rook.
Rook. All right, cool. It is kind of hard to come up. I don't know. For some people, I think Deacon, you usually start with a name and then build your character around that, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how it is.
Right.
Most of the time.
Well, I'll get yours set up. If everybody has the.
I always do the reverse.
Hey, what's up, Morgan?
Davy McFlurry, 17th of
Genius.
I'm leaning human cleric. Who has a good human cleric name out there?
Let's see. Deacon owner. All right, Deacon, your character sheet should become available to you.
Okay.
I'll go. My name will be Harrison.
Harrison. Cool. I will configure that to you. And that should pop up in your in your actors directory. Is what it says on mine. I don't know. It might say something different on yours.
I'm gonna go with Aziz. A-Z-I-Z.
Okay. That's A-Z-I-Z?
I-Z. Yep.
I-Z, okay. That is for Terry. All right, that should have popped up in yours.
It did.
Cool.
All the names
Should
I'm
we
thinking of
be-
don't work in English.
Should we be
You said they're not
working
in
on
English?
these?
Yeah, if you want to start
Just
poking
wait.
around, you totally can. I'll kind of walk. If you decide to get ahead, that's fine. I'll kind of walk ahead, or I'll walk through it at some point. As we talk about it. But yeah, non-English names are fine. I thought that one name, whatever your barbarian's name was, that one time you played was pretty good. Even though I totally butchered the name. So it was I can't really remember what it was. The Swedish version of Harold.
Oh, Harald.
Harold.
I mean, yeah, I'm good with playing. Yes, yeah. Name Harold again.
Oh, well.
I'm good with it, to be fair. No, yeah, we can go with Harald or Harold, whatever makes it easy for people.
Yeah, whatever. Alright, I'll pop that into yours. You can, you should have access to it now. And then, Plasto, did you give yours?
Not given mine. I was waiting to see if anybody in the chat wanted to suggest a human cleric name, but thus far no one has wanted to. So I'm gonna have to come up. So I can't cheat. I'm gonna have to actually think of something. Damn it! I was trying to make it sound like I was involving the audience and giving them a chance to participate.
I'm working
Really, I was just. Yes. Davy McFlurry is free, but he doesn't seem like a priest of the downtrodden and forgotten.
Let's see, what are they? I guess depending on dwarf or human, if you're leaning towards dwarf.
Oh
my
Tyrion
God.
Forge Ring. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. We're gonna do that. I do that. Thank you, Spooky.
What is up, Spooky? Good to see you. Tyrion Forge Ring. That's awesome. Okay.
Sounds like the cleric of the downtrodden. Tyrion Forge Ring.
All right.
And his rich baritone resonant voice.
I like it. And that
He's already got a personality just from his name.
And that should have appeared under your stuff. So cool. So so your character sheets are up. It'll walk you through like you choose your class and then you hit the little there's like a little person with a plus sign next to it, and on the right side, and if you hit that, it'll walk you through like how to set the opening options for your character, and on the other side of that you should have a character. And then just let me know if you have any questions about like what anything means or what anything is, and I will answer that.
You can't change bonds. You can't change bonds.
On your character sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to. Oh goodness. Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. The character sheet wasn't like showing up, and so when it finally loaded, there was like 50 of them. If you click on the bond, okay, yeah, it looks like you figured it out. Yeah. Okay. Cool. But
Cool.
But you guys just let me know when you've gone through that process, and then I'll roll through the character creation thing, and we'll just answer them like questions.
Temporarily frozen, so I'm trying to refresh.
Oh, is it? It was acting a little janky for me for a second too. Blizzard might sue you for copyright, but they're the worst, so I don't care.
Yeah, I guess I'm going barbarian. It's good.
Deacon, were you having some trouble?
Yeah. How do you bring up the bond?
Bring up the what?
Double click it.
The
bonds?
bonds. Oh yeah, I think you just click it once, and then I think it might take a second to load, but it should
Yeah, it's
pop up
taking
at
a little bit of time to load.
yeah. Yeah, it might take a second to load, but it should pop up, and then you should just be able to click inside the dialog box and change it. But don't set any names to your bonds just yet, because we'll talk about that. That's the last thing we'll do.
Yeah, I'm not. Well,
Let's see. So
Still not loading for me. I'm going to close the tab and just click on the link again.
okay, I'm sorry it's being so dumb tonight.
Could also be just that my laptop needs more memory.
Maybe. Well, or the internet. Oh, the Pink Side just hosted the stream for 1 viewer. Thank you.
all right.
John, could you go through how the bonds worked again on Foundry? Because
Yeah. So you might have to. So you'll have to check the character sheet like in that one link, to get what your bonds are
Right.
if you're gonna go with the barbarian. But the way you edit them on here is you should be able to.
Add bond, and then click on the X, and edit it in there.
But it's taking a moment for anything to come up, so it might not do anything at first.
okay. All right, let's see. The barbarian bonds are just so harsh.
They are. All right. Where's everybody at so far?
Still trying to get my character sheet to load.
Oh my goodness. Oh goodness.
Currently copy
I'm
pasting my bonds.
mostly finished. I'm just waiting for the bonds.
Okay, cool.
I had to open up the character sheet and look at it and kind of on a different screen to kind of see what a bard specializes in, and then choose my
Okay.
abilities. But
Yeah.
hasn't been too bad.
Okay. So Maddie's definitely gone bard. Terry's definitely gone druid.
Yep. Having an issue on the equipment.
Oh, what is it?
It I don't know. It's selected adventuring gear for me, and I cannot find a way to change it or add the other one, which was herbs and poultice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw that in there for you. Urban poultices.
Poultice. Poultice.
To sign.
That's definitely the plural. Absolutely.
Yes. All right, that should be in your
I'm
inventory
sure.
now. Was there anything else you needed?
No, other than armor and coin not showing up on the main part, but I guess I could just change that manually.
Yeah, the armor you have to change manually. It doesn't recognize it in the inventory.
Whoa,
Same with the coin.
a little bit too much coin.
Oh, I have to change all the equipment. Okay.
Your equipment. Plastic,
Yeah, do I have to add on it?
How's it going?
Still nothing. It's just kind of. I tried going back to the join screen and logging in again, and still nothing. I don't know if I can open up a debug panel maybe and
Okay.
going on here.
Well, if you want to, I can just walk you through it orally if you like. While you do that.
Yeah, we could always.
Which class did you want to play?
I was gonna go cleric, so we have some healing.
All right, cleric.
Party without a healer is not a party that lasts long.
I love the intro for the cleric too. So the lands of Dungeon World are God's forsaken mess. They're lousy with the walking dead, beasts of all sorts, and the vast unnatural space between safe temple, blessed civilizations. Did you want it to be a dwarf or a human?
Let's go human.
Okay, so your faith is diverse.
Hang on, it's coming up now. It's just ridiculously slow.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, so let's see. So if I click, well, keep going. Let's see if I could. You do not only need token. Player configuration. Yeah, that's fine. Tyrion forgery.
Oh, is it popping up in your sidebar?
So I double clicked on that. It was in the little config thing in the middle saying select a character.
Okay.
So I selected him. And now my little character thing over in the upper right for basic controls, I should just double click on that and it should bring up the character sheet, right?
Should, yeah.
I'm going to close the debug console because that's probably not helping matters. Those of us who are coders in the audience know that debug always adds overhead. You want to keep talking through it because it doesn't seem to be coming up anytime soon. I imagine it'll come up eventually,
right?
Just so we can keep you.
Yeah, sure. So you want to go human. So it says your faith is diverse, and you get to add a wizard spell to your cleric spells. We'll talk about that in a little bit though.
Yeah.
You get to choose an alignment. Are you good, lawful, or evil?
I am good.
Okay, so you will endanger yourself to heal another.
I will.
Yes.
That is true.
And at the end of every session, we talk about whether or not we've fulfilled our alignment. And so if at least one time during a session you endanger yourself to heal another, you are awarded an experience point at the end of the session. That is where alignment comes in. And then your ability scores. Well, I guess we'll do those based on like highest to lowest. For you, cleric, wisdom is probably a good.
Yeah, so wisdom should probably be my 16.
Yeah, and then beyond that, I think it's pretty much whatever you want. Depending on how you kind of want to interact with the world. Wisdom will kind of pretty much cover your spell casting and your cleric-y kind of stuff. But then the other stats, I mean, just depending on like whether or not you want to be like.
I would imagine that con is probably going to be important for me as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to enable you to do things like defend people and and sort of weather through.
I'm going to be putting myself. Yeah, I'm going to be putting myself in harm's way. So let's go con.
Okay. So I'll put your 15 under con, and then what else?
Let's see, because we have a druid, a thief, and a bard, right?
Yes.
Other than the barbarian, I'm probably the next tankiest because clerics kind of throw on that armor and interpose themselves. So let's put strength next.
Okay. So be good at lashing out physically.
and then
That's a hack and slash in this world.
It's hack and slash in this world. It is. I'm still in Monster Hearts world.
And then I guess let's go int dex charisma.
Int Dex Charisma.
No, not much of a looker.
It's probably
Charisma's
from all
my
that
dump
time
stick.
endangering himself.
Yeah, I got lots of scars.
I'm the opposite. I have a lot of scars, which makes me sexy. I have a 15 in charisma.
There you go.
What the hell?
Hey,
What's the point
different
of being?
cultures, all right? Different cultures.
That's right.
All right.
In barbarian culture, scars make you sexy.
So you get to start off with dungeon rations and a symbol of the divine. You get to describe what that symbol is, and I'm definitely gonna ask you questions about your god at some point. So we'll talk about that. And as a cleric, you'll probably be the person that I turn to most of the time to talk to about the gods of the world. Choose your
Who's my god?
defenses. What'd you say?
That's druid. My gods don't care.
Do you want to wear chainmail, or carry a shield?
Chainmail.
Yeah, chainmail feels my speed.
Okay. And would you like to wield a mace, a staff, or a warhammer? If you take the staff, you also get bandages.
I feel like bandages are important, so I suppose we will go. Well, I don't have a shield, so I can have a staff. That's two-handed. So I suppose we'll start with the staff and some bandages then.
Okay. And then would you like adventuring gear or a healing potion?
You know what? Let's grab a healing potion.
I believe he didn't pick up the shame mail.
I did not pick up any shame mail, no. I'm not ashamed
Shame
of my
mail.
body.
I'll show it.
All right.
Some
wait.
like really like disturbingly revealing chainmail.
The most unflattering chainmail.
We're going to a dungeon, right? Hello?
Yes.
I was unclear on what we were doing here today. Did you say adventuring gear or healing potion?
Healing potion.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. And then you get to choose some spells. They range from if you can look at the at that
Yeah,
one link.
I've got the printout in front of me of the player guide.
Okay, cool. So I think you can prepare two first. You get all of your rotes always, and then you can prepare two first level spells.
All right, so one of them has to be Cure Light Wounds, because what kind of cleric doesn't have healing spells? I actually knew one. And the rest of the party wanted to kill her.
I think
They were all beat up after
Raynard
the
had
battle.
it. I just never saw him use it.
Yeah, I had it.
Let's do Bless
Okay.
to start off with.
Hashtag blast. Oh my god.
Bless.
Hashtag Bless. Yes.
Very nice. And then, so your character should be good to go. I'm gonna add your chainmail to your armor. There.
Oh wait,
I'll continue.
Huh?
did Cody pop in earlier?
Cody?
I think. Yeah,
Oh,
he said you
did.
guys are my
Oh, he
life.
did. Yeah,
chat.
he's totally Mango Man.
He's totally Mango Man.
Yeah.
He's probably
Mango Man.
gone by now.
Oh, he's
But
probably gone by now, but much love to him. All right, cool. All right,
hey, you'll give
plastered.
Mango Man a shout out, but you won't give your wife a shout out.
Oh, it's only beginning.
Much love to him.
It's gonna be a great Christmas.
Yeah, it's gonna be so lovely. Wait till I tell my mom.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
And she's gonna say, "That's what happens when you marry him. They just take it for granted."
and Devastation. What is up, Devastation props? So,
What's up?
let's see. So that's plastered sheet. Did everybody else get through their sheet? Do we need any help?
I'm currently doing, but I have to do everything manually, and just copy paste everything from the book.
Oh, did it not let you like level up?
Nothing is automating for me.
Well, that's weird.
So I've literally put in all of my moves and everything by hand.
Oh my god.
So I'm currently on equipment, so I'm sorry I'm a bit slow.
Oh shit. Did you already put all of your moves in?
My moves are in, yeah.
That's nuts.
Lord.
I'm a student. I'm used to doing this kind of bullshit.
I'm impressed and sad.
Scared?
A little scared.
Concerned?
Mostly
Horrified.
impressed. Mostly impressed. Oh, that'll work for now. Maybe we can fix the problem later on though, for your rolls and stuff.
I just think it's the barbarian that doesn't really work, because I had the same issue last time, I believe.
Did you really?
I think so.
So what do you all think for my wizard spell? Should I go invisibility or should I go magic missile?
Ooh.
Oh, I can't make that.
What was that second
low.
one?
Can you put invisibility on others?
Wait. What level can you choose? Your wizard spell.
I would
think-
imagine I can
it's
only
a-
choose what I can cast.
Yeah. I think it says first level.
Okay.
Can you put invisibility on other people? Because an invisible barbarian sounds pretty just humorous to me.
Keep trying to
Yes,
beat the
I
game.
could touch an ally, nobody can see them. They're invisible, persists until the target attacks, or I dismiss the effect.
That sounds. We can do some hijinks with that.
So yeah, I could make the barbarian invisible. I could make the thief invisible. We could. Like if our druid turned into a bear, we could have an invisible bear. I mean, we got.
Oh,
we
that
got
sounds
options.
lovely. I mean,
Oh,
is there
It
really
does.
any reason to go for magic missile with these options?
Invisibility, it is.
invisible druid bear. Love it.
Invisible druid bear. My new band name.
The invisible.
That's pretty good.
Invisible druid bear.
Oh, look, we missed the the huge fucking bear in our camp. Oh, cool. he mauled Tommy over there. Okay. Shit.
How did we miss that?
Guys, I think we kind of fucked up over here.
Yeah, it gave off some gibberish when I tried to put that in there. That's real dumb. I'll have to take a look at your barbarian shit later, like or take a look at the like why it's not working all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
know it probably can't be seen on stream, but like Kiki on the bed here just looks so pathetic on camera.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's true. It probably can't be seen on the stream. Just cute though.
Oh no, she's so precious.
All right. Okay. Cool. So, but everybody else is pretty much there, correct?
Finished?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, we're just waiting on bonds, right?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, so let's.
Our pictures.
We'll add pictures in later.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got class. Maddie's playing a bard, Terry's playing a druid, Deacon's playing a thief, Plaster's playing a cleric, and Mora Cake's playing a barbarian. What races do we have? The bard, whose name is Harrison Bradshaw. What race is Harrison?
I am a human. When you first enter a civilized settlement, someone who respects the custom of hospitality to minstrels will take you in as their guest.
Very nice. Terry, your druid, Aziz. What race?
Halfling.
Halfling. What special thing does that do for you?
When we camp, I sing songs of, wait for it, the spring and the brook, and all allies heal 1d6 hit points.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That's a good spell.
Deacon, you were playing the thief. Named
I
Rook.
am.
And what race are you?
I am also a halfling, but I have a different special attribute.
What's that?
When I attack with a ranged weapon, deal an extra +2 damage.
Very nice. What is your ranged weapon?
A bow, I think. Short bow.
Okay.
Yeah, some kind of bow.
All right. And then
Oh, I can go.
Plastered is a cleric. He's a human, and he gets that spell.
I get the wizard spell.
Yeah, the wizard spell.
Oh, great! It's a raggedy bow.
It's a raggedy bow.
I have a raggedy bow too.
And then Morat Cake, the barbarian, Harold. And what race?
Yes. I am an outsider human, which means that at the beginning of each session, the GM will ask me something about my homeland, why I left or what I left behind, and if I do answer them, I mark XP.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, my whole thing is selfish. I'm sorry, people. I don't heal you. I don't help in combat. I just get XP. That's what I do. I take a questionnaire every round, and
Well, I realized why mechanically the barbarian basically gets an XP at the beginning of every session, and I think it's because all of the barbarian mechanics are pushed towards success, and so it's harder for him to fail, and it's harder for them to gain XP through the normal mechanics.
Yeah, but it's fine. I will do all the intelligence checks. It's all right. I may not be an immolator, but give me some matches and I will burn a house down.
Very nice. We've got names. Yeah, let's do physical appearance. I don't know if it did that on the thing, but if you guys look at your sheets, or if you just filled in something on your sheets, go ahead and describe what your character looks like. We'll start with the bard.
What my character looks like.
Yeah.
Right. So my eyes are joyous. My hair is wild. My body is fit. And I'm wearing traveling clothes, but like they're kind of bougie.
Okay.
Not gonna lie.
Not ostentatious enough to be the ostentatious clothing.
Definitely ostentatious.
Oh, okay.
Bougie and ostentatious? Wow.
That out.
What about Aziz? What does Aziz look like?
Alrighty, I have haunting eyes that look like amethyst crystal, which is my tell. That stays in all forms. The eyes do. with long brown hair, braided, um, uh, slim body, not much on the strength, but very dexterous,
Okay.
and just dressed in practical leathers.
And so the jewel eyes, so like whatever animal you turn into, they always
Yes.
very cool.
Yeah, that's the one part of myself I cannot change.
That solves the question of like, is he our bear? Is he?
Yep.
So what does Rook look like?
He's got shifty, beady eyes, messy, unkempt hair, dirty, knobby. His body is super knobby, not just his knees. And he wears dark clothes.
Okay. Knobby. I'm gonna write that down. That sounds important. Plastered. Or Tyrion. What does Tyrion look like?
So Tyrion has piercing blue eyes and long red hair. He's tall, broad, and sturdy, and he has pale and scarred skin. He almost looks like a Viking.
Okay.
And his clothes are, he doesn't spend much time worrying about his clothes. It's very, simple priest's clothes. He's got his chainmail on over, and it's simple robes. Nothing fancy.
Oh, baby, we can fix that.
Yeah, he's not super worried about appearances, as you can tell. It's like he's too busy, kicking ass and taking names.
Okay. So he's all business.
He really is.
Okay. And Harold the Barbarian. What does he look like?
Harold has these wild crystal blue eyes, has a long braided hair, cut sides. His body is just mighty fuse, as the rulebook says I have to be. And is currently wearing very weather inappropriate clothing.
So like none at all.
None at all, or just too much. Just like 5 layers.
There's only it's the one or the other.
Yeah.
Very nice. So you guys chose some stats. I don't think there will be any surprises there, so as to like what your highest stats are. Although I'm curious to see what everybody's second highest stat is. What's Harrison's second highest stat?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay, so you're gonna know things about the world. You're gonna be spouting lore, that sort of stuff. What about Aziz?
Constitution.
Okay. So like I think like defending people, weathering through.
Endurance. Tough.
Yeah. What about Rook? What's your second highest stat?
Strength.
Strength, really?
Why is everybody beefing than I am? Literally everybody is like super beefy. I'm over here like skin and bones. Like
We're just a bunch of supermodels, and you're all a hype man, you know.
I'm like beep, 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 beep. Work it, ladies, work it.
You're the pimp and we're the talent. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm the pimp. Yes, I have the clothes for it. Yes, queen.
Let's slay it. Oh my god.
Yas, queen.
Hey, girl, slay.
And Tyrion doesn't even know he's the talent. He's just wandering around. And you're just like,
It's the goddamn Rudy. Well, and speaking of Tyrion, what is? Oh yeah, Tyrion's second highest stat is Constitution, right?
Yes.
Beefy. And then what about Harold's second highest?
Charisma, baby.
Charisma. Very nice.
Really are my life.
Which is useful for parlaying, and it's also useful. Some of the
There are some cool barbarian things to do with charisma later on.
oh really?
That's all.
Yeah, I can
cool.
basically build a war band. So yeah.
Yeah, well, and there's a move too that's not in like it's a basic move, but it's not like it's in the moves. I can't remember what they're called, but when you recruit people, you can use charisma to affect that as well, like when you're hiring people.
Yeah.
So cool. So everybody's max HP. Starting moves have been chosen. Oh, but let's talk about that. So because there were some decisions for people to make for starting moves. So let's start with the bard.
So the one thing that I had to choose was I had to choose an area of expertise. And there were a lot of cool options, but I felt like just the simple spells and magics in my area of expertise would be something that would really be beneficial for the group. When I first encounter an important creature, location, or item covered by my bardic lore, you can ask the GM any one question about it, and the GM will answer truthfully. They may ask me what tale, song, or legend I have heard that information from.
Okay. So you know, so you're well versed in the spells and magics of the world. Okay, very cool. And then I love that you have this other move here. It's called Speak Frankly with Someone. Like I know you don't choose anything for it, but I love that move where you get to.
Oh, for me it's called Charming and Open.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was just looking at the bold text. Yeah, it is called Charming.
Oh yeah.
You can ask when you speak frankly with someone, you can ask their player a question from the list below, and they must answer it truthfully, which is.
They may ask me a question from the list.
Do you have to answer truthfully though?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it's very interesting. A very interesting move. So that was all the choices you had to make, right? For Harrison?
Yeah. I just needed to just choose an area of expertise, and that was pretty much it.
Okay. And then so Aziz, what choices did you have to make, if any?
Only choices I really had to make was my land.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Which I chose the Whispering Plains.
The Whispering Plains. Holy shit. I don't have questions about that. And then you have. Oh, is that the physical attribute? Is that the one that marks you? The the eyes of glittering crystal. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's the physical attribute. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think there's any particular reason why the crystal marks you from the plains of or from the Whispering Plains?
Well, I like to think that the plains weren't always the plains. So there's like remains of things spread about. So like sometimes they glitter up from the ground.
Remains of what now?
I don't know enough about the world to know what they were.
Oh, okay.
Like old civilizations or.
Oh, okay.
To be determined.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So something. Yeah, and so you're the authority on the Whispering Plains. So I might throw in some stuff, and I'm definitely gonna ask you questions about like what goes on there. Is this like does everybody call it the Whispering Plains? Is it a sacred place to you, or is it just another place? Like what and just stuff like that. I'll probably be asking some questions about that.
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, and and then one of your moves that I really like is the fact that you can talk to you just talk to animals or you can that's just something you can do at all times. Oh, and you don't have to eat, right?
There's, I don't know. It's weird to. Hold on a second. I think that's written wrong.
Okay.
I don't think that I don't need to eat or drink. It just says if a move tells you to mark off a ration, just ignore it.
Right.
I think basically what that means is that I can find stuff to eat, kind of like a survival rule. I can forage.
Okay.
As opposed to having to use rations.
Right. Okay.
You just have infinite goodberry on you.
Well, or that. But for being something of nature, to just not have to eat or drink ever seems very unnatural.
Okay. So yeah, you can play it out that way. The only thing that I'll say about that is that it will only work for you. So like you can't like apply that to other players. Yeah. So like you're like, all right, well I'm gonna be a cat and go like get some fucking food in the forest, and then I'll see you losers later.
Understandable.
Cool. So, all right, so that's Aziz. Rook, what kind of choices did you have to make?
I had to choose a poison.
Yes. And what did you choose?
Serpent's Tears.
And what does that do?
Well, I don't know exactly what it does. Anyone dealing damage to the target, roll twice and take the better result.
Okay. And it's applied by touch. So I think you can put it on a weapon and
this
apply
does.
that effect. You get 3 uses of it, and then you can always make more. And I think the first one you have, you can like ignore the dangerous tag to it. So you're pretty expert at like applying it.
Okay.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that's what it says. Yeah, the poison is no longer dangerous for you to use. So I think that just means you can ignore the dangerous tag on it, which means like, you know, if you were trying to apply it to somebody and you rolled a 6 or below, I wouldn't be able to be like, oh, okay, well, you hurt yourself with the poison because you were being careless with it. It kind of protects you against that sort of thing.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then one of my favorite moves for the thief, I think, is the flexible morals. Which anyone who tries to detect your alignment, you can tell them any alignment you like.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious though.
Because you're knobby.
Because he's
Because I'm knobby. I'm chaotic and knobby.
It's because that's what I think when I think chaotic.
So I'm gonna write
Knobby.
that next to
Knobby.
Knobby. Chaotic and Knobby.
Can't forget that part of it.
Tagline. All right, and then let's see. Plastered, the cleric. Oh, have you had any success in looking at your character sheet?
Yes. I have.
Awesome, cool.
I finally was able to get it open and have been editing in things like my description
Oh, sweet.
and yeah. And the things that I had to choose were a deity and a precept of my religion.
So tell me
And
about that.
as you have mentioned, there's not a traditional pantheon in the normal role-playing world sense, as there are like central concepts, and then I have to make up my own god that fits that, and
Yes.
then kind of describe it. So I'm working on that part, but my god's domain, is the downtrodden and forgotten. And one of the main precepts of my religion is personal victory. We believe in trial by combat, petition personal victory. We fight for the downtrodden and forgotten,
Pretty cool.
which is how you want to know how I got these scars?
Very honorably.
You're like 2 hairs away from a paladin, aren't you?
I am. I'm like, I would have been a paladin if, I was strong, if I was stronger and more agile, but since I'm more wise,
Yeah.
I went to the church route.
That's great. Okay, cool. So it believes in combat and petition personal victory. Yes, and then so we'll have some cool stuff too, because I think your divine guidance move, when you petition your deity according to the precept of your religion, you are granted some useful knowledge or boon related to your deity's domain. So I'll be really interested in like getting into that and seeing how that sort of plays out in the game.
Yes, that's going to be interesting.
And then you said you're working on like the name for your god and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then also whatever your divine symbol is, because I'm going to ask about that too.
Well, the divine symbol is a golden hammer.
A golden hammer. Okay.
I've already got. Yes.
That's awesome. Golden hammer.
Because gold is a pure metal and is thought to be a symbol of purity and light.
Nice. All right, and then oh dear barbarian of mine, what sort of stuff did you have to choose?
I had to pick between either one of my starting moves between full plate and packing steel or unencumbered and unharmed, which I did ask the chat a bit about,
Okay.
and they told me to go bare chested. So yeah, we're going unencumbered and unharmed. So I have, when I do not wear a shield or wear any armor, and I'm not over my carrying capacity, I have +1 to armor.
Okay.
Other than that, I had to pick my 2 appetites of destruction.
And which 2 did you go with?
I have gone for fame and glory and conquest as my 2 appetites. But I could be swayed by others. I can post a list if people want to in chat. I could be swayed with good arguments.
Okay.
Buffet and table service. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the appetites are things you will that when you pursue them, you get bonuses for pursuing them, right?
Well, no. When I pursue one of my appetites, I had to roll 1d6 and 1d8, and which makes my chance of success higher.
Mm-hmm.
But if the d6 is higher than the d8, then something really terrible happens.
Yes, a complication is introduced.
Yes, the GM will also introduce a complication or danger that comes about due to your heedless pursuits.
I like that. That's fun. That's fun for everybody.
Yeah.
Yay.
Are you trying
Just
to
wait
low-key
until I
be an
get my third
immolator?
appetite.
Tell us the truth. Are you trying to be a low-key immolator here?
Low key.
Ooh, that was a low blow.
Poor emulators.
and then I think one of my, or I think, yeah, I think one of the more interesting moves for the barbarian is the "What are you waiting for" move, which basically kind of lets you draw aggro.
Yeah, I get to call out my enemies, and if I succeed, they will heed my challenge and focus on me instead of my friends.
What kind of which stat does that use?
Constitution,
Constitution.
I
Okay,
believe.
that makes sense. All right, cool. All right, so those are everybody's starting moves. We've gone over alignments. We've talked about gear. All right, cool. So we've kind of gone through and talked about everybody's character. I don't know. Does anybody have an idea for like a formal introduction of their character, like all together? Like maybe just like this is like blah blah blah, and or maybe that's not necessary. I mean, I feel like do we feel like we have a good idea of who everybody's playing right now, or just a basic skeleton?
Yeah.
Or do you guys have questions for each other?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Where to start?
to me, it seems pretty cut and dry.
Because we're gonna move on to bonds next. So.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to
Feel
bonds.
mildly.
Then. So everybody has bonds. We'll go through and we'll start.
Probably need to pull up the character sheet.
Yeah, you'll probably need to pull up the that PDF. It's linked to the website. So we'll start with Harrison the Bard. You can give me one of your bonds and fill it, and then we'll move on to somebody else, and we'll just do like a round robin of bonds.
If I did.
I can DM you the Bard's bonds if you want to.
Sure, that would be lovely. My phone's like not wanting to connect, and I don't want to try and overload these computers.
Yeah.
Oh, these are fun buttons.
And so so each of you will you'll choose one member of the party to fill that blank.
Okay.
All right, Harrison, you got yours.
Yeah, I'm reading them right now.
Okay.
I am going to say I think this would be there's two I'm stuck between for the first one. But let's go ahead and he's trusted me with a secret.
Sorry, say that again. The audio was kind of cutting out just a little bit.
Z's trusted me with a secret.
Oh, okay. Aziz has trusted you with a secret. All right. I wonder what secret it could be.
Yeah, it was either that or I sang stories of Aziz long before I ever met them in person. Almost like, that magical, mystical kind of like vibe given to is that a him or her?
Him.
Ah, yeah. But I like the secret one better.
Okay. All right. So Aziz has entrusted you with a secret, and I will be curious to know what that secret is.
As will I.
All right. Cool. So Aziz, give me throw a bond out there for somebody.
Where am I? Oh, I scrolled away from my own. Hold on. Well, considering during our descriptions, Harrison was all wiry instead of beefy. I think Harrison smells more like prey than a hunter.
Harrison smells more like prey than a hunter.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
All right. What about Rook? Throw me a bond out there.
How big is your hammer? Your golden hammer? There.
Whoa. Straight to the point.
Holy symbol. It's not huge.
Okay,
It's like
I
little
stole
thing,
it.
like a little thing around it.
That has so many implications.
Stole it?
Oh, is that what he said? I didn't hear it.
Oh yeah,
Stole my
I
holy
stole.
The holy symbol. Oh, okay. Well,
Um,
shit. So you're missing that.
I didn't know it was a holy symbol. It was just fine.
It's just a golden hammer.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah,
you
good.
needed to know.
Yeah, bling.
You had me at gold. God damn it.
All right. Tyrion, what is a bond that you have with another character?
Oh. Huh.
What's up, dude?
Actually had a perfect bond for Harrison.
Well, if you want to change it, it's not too late.
So I have showed Harrison a secret right of the land.
Yo!
Oh, there you go.
Ooh,
Which ties
then
the
who will be the prey?
Probably Navi over there.
Oh, he's slinking around, stealing people's hammers.
You've shown me a secret right of the land.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I
Details.
really like that.
That's fun.
Because especially with your bard's interest in like spells and magics and stuff, like
Yeah.
There's two that fit
I think
my
it's a secret.
character. But with the way the other characters line up, they would only work with a couple of the characters. One of them is, someone is a good and faithful person, and I trust them implicitly. Can't be Rook.
or it could be, and you could be in for some betrayal.
Is it because he's knobby? I mean,
The knobby person. I mean, really. But I mean, and then there's the other is Blank is in constant danger. I will keep them safe. I feel like Harrison, being the small of the group and being kind of this flamboyant, braggy kind of showy character. His mouth probably is writing checks his body can't cash.
Well, you're surrounded by beefcakes all the time. You can let your mouth
And
get
so
away.
I feel like Harrison is in constant danger. I will keep him safe.
What's your character's name again?
Tyrion.
Tyrion.
Very nice. And Harold, hit me with a bond.
Right, so I only have one positive bond. And I think it only makes sense for Tyrion. So, Tyrion shares my hunger for glory. The earth will tremble at our passing.
Like that, yeah.
Very nice.
We have mutual scar respect.
Yeah.
Mutual scar respect.
Yeah, we the first time we met, we fucked up each other, to get to know each other.
Oh yeah, did you guys have to like duke it out? Like
I feel so.
who
Well,
won?
I mean, that's how you get a barbarian's respect.
Who won?
Yeah.
Oh, he did. I mean,
I was gonna say a draw, but alright.
Well, maybe Tyrion doesn't know, but it pretty much was a draw. Maybe you were like on your last effort before he
I was
conceded.
unconscious for half the fight.
Maybe because of his precept of personal victory, he had the other one had to be down in order for it to be a victory.
Okay, cool. So Aziz and Harrison obviously have some shit together. You guys are Harold and Tyrion are kind of bro power, as Spooky Seraph mentioned.
Pro power.
And I think Terry has stepped away. Oh, that's okay, because we're looping back around to Harrison anyway. So Harrison, throw me another bond out.
This is not my first adventure with Rook.
Okay. So you and Rook have adventured together before.
Yes.
What kind of adventure would you say that was?
I don't know if it was necessarily an adventure, more so as it was maybe like a skirmish in the town. I feel like we both would have gotten ourselves in trouble doing something we shouldn't have.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
And then we both were like, "All right, let's get the heck out of here." Yoo! All the while I'm playing furiously.
You gotta have exit.
Let's sneak away. Dun, 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 dun.
oh,
It's more like as we're getting chased
Well,
with an angry crowd with pitchforks and torches.
That plays into my next bond.
Well, we're gonna hit. Or what is your next bond, Rook?
Harrison knows something incriminating about it.
Oh.
It has incriminating details.
Oh goodness. All right, and does that have to do with the trouble that we just mentioned, or is this a different occasion?
Yeah, it definitely has something to do with the troubles just mentioned.
I will be curious to know what kind of trouble that was, or what the start of it was, and I wonder, do both of you have a different story as to like how it went down, or like?
Oh yeah, my story is like flourished and beautiful. People will paint murals of it in the future. It's gonna be great.
Aziz, another bond, please.
The spirit spoke to me of a great danger that follows. We'll go with the barbarian. Sorry, I don't know the name yet.
Harold.
Harold Hellstrom.
Harold and Harrison. You can just call me Harry. Yes. The H gang.
Because he just sounds like the kind of person that would just, run
Harvey.
into danger.
Oh no, you're completely on the money. Yeah.
So what do you think? So what do you think is the danger following him like external, or do you think it's coming from him? Like, is this like almost prophetic, or?
I think it's prophetic.
Okay.
Like, not necessarily that the danger like follows him, but more that he follows it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Like staying with him will lead me to a great danger that's out there that needs to be fixed.
Oh, okay. So he's almost like like a guide of sorts.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe unintentional. I might not have even told him that.
Yeah.
I'm a compass that leads you straight to the shadow realm. All right.
That's interesting. Okay, cool. And we just did Rook. Tyrion, give me another bond.
Is a good and faithful person. I trust him implicitly.
Who is?
Harold.
Yeah. Wrong move, but yeah.
Bro power. Have you guys seen Full Metal Alchemist?
Which one?
I have not, but I want to.
The I guess the better one, or the
Brotherhood.
Oh,
yeah,
people
Brotherhood.
are split about that, so you have to specify.
Yeah, I guess, but Brotherhood. It was Brotherhood, right?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it was definitely
Did
more,
in general
definitely
Colonel
more
Armstrong?
complete. But yeah, was it General Armstrong, or no, not General Colonel Armstrong? Yeah, and the teacher's husband.
Did.
When they like put their muscles together and stuff. I'll send a GIF later. But that's that's the kind of the vision I'm getting from like Tyrion and Harold, like impeccable muscles.
Impeccable physique, massive gates.
And
We
Harold,
bonded over brawling. I mean,
yeah, and Harold gave me
Well-
a bond.
I've already used the only good one,
okay.
or like nice one. So, oh gosh, I think this just fits. Harrison is puny and foolish, but amusing to me.
But I'm using?
Amusing, yes.
What,
Yeah, play a little thing. Yeah, that's good. Funny.
Am I a clown to you? Congratulations, you're Joe Pesci.
Funny, ha. Tell me exactly how am I funny? Harrison, back to you with another bond.
I sang stories of Harold long before I ever met them in person. It'll tie in with his prophetic sort of vision or whatever is in place for Harold.
So, are you Harold's Herald?
Harold's Harold. I'm here to sing songs about him. I'm always just following you around. Do 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 do. You're funny.
And that's why you're so. And that's why you're so amusing.
Yeah. Oh, you cute Pat.
Thank you, good sir.
Okay, so Harold's Harold, and Aziz, another bond, please.
I'm gonna change one up. I think Tyrion smells more like prey than a hunter.
Okay.
In
Talking
that,
about my bro? You talking about my bro like that? What?
Those muscles, get ready for a tussle.
being the kind of like from a place where camouflage is a way of life, him being all kind of shiny and bright is going to attract a lot of the wrong attention.
All the right attention, babe. That's queen. A little plain, but she's all right.
Interesting.
Like, oh my god, like he's so basic.
I'm rubbing off on the barbarian. Finally, make you say a bunch of terms you don't even know.
Harold might like to look fabulous from time to time.
Oh yeah, that's
Harold say,
I couldn't hear you.
"Oh, I said, Harold say yes, queen."
Yas Queen.
Yes, queen.
Oh, you're
back
ready
from
for
temple
you're ready
and
for
she's
court.
I come back
Yes.
from temple and she's like braiding feathers into his hair. I'm like, what is this madness?
To be fair, I'm basing Harold on Age of Vikings, so they actually braided their hair and like were very meticulous about how they looked. In fact, they were actually very clean. They were not like rugged, like dirty, high on shrooms people. They were very clean, and they just, yeah, we got better boats. We'll steal shit. Hell yeah.
Very very clean and finely dressed. High on mushrooms, people.
Charismatic too. Harold is very charismatic.
Yeah. Got a 15 in that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm rubbing off on him a little bit.
Wow. Harrison probably would like to think so.
Person knows so.
All right, Rook. Give me a bond.
I've got a long running con with Harold.
Oh,
Oh.
a con!
A
We're
long,
doing the Viking raids.
a long running con. More on that.
No,
Huh?
actually, I added the long running, but I got a con run with Harold.
Okay. I definitely want you guys to discuss what that con might be, and that can come later, like as we flesh out the setting and everything. But do be thinking about that.
Yeah.
Why are all your bonds so fun and mine are just shit?
I know, right?
Like everybody can't help that they're not as like strong and handsome as the barbarian. That they'll never compare to the barbarian's strength and power. So, Tyrion.
Nicely with the fact that my holy symbol was stolen. I'm working on converting Rook to my faith.
That's going to be
Real
down.
disappointed when I find out how poorly my teachings are going.
Yeah. Okay. You never know.
And Harold.
I got the two most boring ones left. This one just fits with Aziz, I believe. So Aziz's ways are strange and confusing. Weird forest thing.
See that? I can see that.
Spirits? What? Small brain? Math? What?
Now, at some point, if you ever come to understand his mysterious ways, you'll get an experience point for it. So.
Oh, it's gonna be a long road.
So what I'm saying is, you'll never see that experience point. And then I think
It'll be fun, though.
we have one more, I believe.
Yes.
Go ahead, Harrison.
We have to use all of them?
Yes.
One for each person.
I'm going to use the last crap one.
I am writing a ballad about the adventures of Tyrion.
Okay. So you are writing a ballad for Tyrion, or about Tyrion. Be interested to know what the tone of the ballad is.
He's missing a symbol. I don't know what rhymes with symbol. Thimble.
Nimble. Gimble.
Somebody really nimble.
All right, so you're writing a ballad about Tyrion. Does he know?
Yeah. If he likes it though.
Oh, your audio is being all janky. Did you say yeah?
Oh shit. I said yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
Tyrion, how do you feel about having a ballad written about you?
It's okay. I mean, it's not what I'm in it for, but maybe it'll help, spread the word of my deity, and so it'll, some good will come of it.
That's an interesting angle. I like that. There could be some struggle over the creative direction of the ballad if you both have different goals for it. So Aziz, what is your last bond?
My last bond is blank has tasted my blood and I theirs. We are bound by it. I have no idea who that's going to apply to.
Well, I think there's only one person left, right?
Yeah, Rook. I don't know how that came about.
That was a weird night.
What is
All
it?
right.
I've tasted their blood and they have tasted mine.
Rook has tasted my blood and I theirs. We are bound by it.
Wow. Yes.
Well, that's perfect.
Of course, Rook thinks so.
Yes,
Great.
I'm pretty curious as to what that is and what that bond is, and are you responsible for him or like?
Us halflings
I
got to
don't
stick
want to
together.
know bound now.
Wait. Now how is it? How was that worded again?
Oh, you could be related too. Yeah, there could be.
Rook has tasted my blood and I theirs. We are bound by it.
Spooky Seraph said, one too many ales in a tavern, you wake up with the weirdest contracts.
That is so true, man.
Very nice. Rook, what is your last, and who's it for?
It is. Aziz has my back when things go wrong.
Hey.
Is that true, Aziz?
Apparently, we're bound by blood.
Bound by the flavor of blood, no less.
Has his back. Or at least he thinks so. Or maybe you have to. This is like this begrudging kind of like fuck.
No choice.
Tyrion.
Aziz has insulted my deity, and I do not trust him.
Whoa.
That is so true.
Weird tree man doesn't believe in the gods.
Tree man.
I don't believe in your gods.
Oh. Ladies, please.
That's always an interesting one always.
We'll see next time someone wants to be an invisible bear.
Hey, maybe I trust you. That doesn't mean I trust your god.
Not all insults are intentional.
Yes.
And Harold, what's your last one?
Right. Well, this seems weird that the Rook already has like a guardian, basically, but Rook is always getting into trouble. I must protect them from themselves.
Themselves.
Yep.
I like that a lot.
You little knobby bastard.
I can't help it.
You can't play around with poison. Give it that. You don't know what to do.
I'm always getting into trouble. What?
Rook is always getting into trouble. I must protect them from themselves.
Okay.
It's the only one I have left.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and it leads to
Pretty
sort of an
good. Yeah, that one's
interesting,
good.
An interesting relationship, because like, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they're always playing with knives and poisons. You know, they're gonna fuck up sometime. You know.
Well, and he's always he's probably stealing shit on the regular and getting into trouble. Like he might be owing people money, and like they come to collect, and you know.
Yeah.
There's no telling how much trouble a thief can get into. Okay, cool. So we have bonds. We have some connections to one another.
I just want to say, but if we leave out the cleric and the druid, we have the perfect party to get into trouble with. The barbarian, thief, and bard.
Oh God.
And so, well, there's always trouble to get into. It just depends on what type of trouble. And that, I think, is what I'm interested in. As far as, like, let me check real quick. Just make sure there's no more character stuff. I think bonds is the last step. But what kind of trouble do you guys want to get into in this campaign? Like,
All of them.
Like just based on on how the characters have been presented so far, like I think you're right about like there's definitely something about all of you that says to me sort of like fringe of society, whatever that society is, or something. Maybe like not necessarily outlaws or anything like that, but like I don't know. I don't know quite where I'm going with this. But what do you guys think about that?
It's like kind of like outskirts of society. Maybe like not like the best neighborhood sort of setting is what you're going for.
I'm not, yeah, or just like, what do you guys think? Like I guess I'm just trying to start the conversation about like
You're like the A-team. Dun, dun, dun.
This is Shades of Blue said
We have like
Goonies.
3 Murdochs.
Oh, Shades is
Thing
here.
adventure, I can see as being more like in
Goonies,
the
yeah.
frontier area.
Goonies.
Like Frontier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see us traveling around a lot. Otherwise, how else am I gonna make songs? If I can't make a ballad of Tyrion if we're just staying in one place.
How
Okay.
can I conquer the same place twice?
I'm back. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm
travel.
gonna leave for this afternoon. You're in charge. Hey, Jim, you're in charge now. I'll leave. Comes back, just kills him.
So,
I'm back.
travel, conquest, frontier. I'm interested in the conquest. What is there to conquer for the barbarian? So far away from his home.
Land, honestly, land, mostly for manpower, resources. Yeah, no, I think it's land, resources, and manpower.
So like okay. And so are you like almost like a but this is all for yourself, right? Or like are you like the vanguard of some of some like barbarian tribe somewhere, or are you just like striking out on your own and like amassing your own like
He's not striking out on his own. What I'm thinking is, I sort of brought it before in the lobby, I believe. His homeland is pretty much wretched, thanks to a cruel dictator. Has the people poor and close to starvation and that kind of deal. And he's the leader of a bandit gang basically, and they just can't do anything to stop it. They're just too few.
If you told me about that, I would be helping you like amass power so that we could go and overthrow that bandit.
Yeah.
okay. So
Thing is,
sorry, go ahead.
the dictator is basically the emperor of the land, or king, or whatever position he has of power, but he's just he does not care about anyone who's lowborn.
Your king doesn't.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
So he wants to usurp him.
So you intend to go back.
That is the intention after amassing manpower here, and basically through fame and glory, amass a small army and go back overseas. But that is like the absolute main goal for his character, I would say.
Okay, and so are you just like a normal guy, or do you have any like claim to nobility in your homeland?
Now he's a normal guy, lowborn, farmer background, in a very Nordic tribe society.
Okay. Just wants to do what's right.
Yeah, that is basically why people like his friends back home trust him, because he's the same as them. So they'd rather have him on the throne than this asshole.
So, do you think you would ever find yourself in a situation where you would, rather than killing an enemy, you would sort of judge their ability and their power and try to like get them under you?
Yes. I'd rather not kill a strong opponent. I'd rather recruit them.
Awesome. And so you've come to this strange land, in search of amassing wealth and power, and specifically manpower, to go back and fix things in your own land. Now,
Oh, I thought you said you didn't watch Game of Thrones.
tales as old as time. Now,
Now, this man is not competent. I'll tell you that. If you know, John, this man is. Yeah, he's gonna fuck up on the way.
are you talking about your character?
Yes. Like,
Well,
my character has.
that's all part of the journey, right?
Yeah, like he has 9 wisdom and 8 intelligence. Like, he ain't that clever. He needs someone, who helps him with bookkeeping and everything.
Sort of a wise advisor, perhaps.
Yeah, that would be very necessary.
Someone like a halfling druid, perhaps. Like, how did you get? Or well, hold on, I'll put a pin in that for just 1 second, because Tyrion, you had said something. Like, if he had told you this, that you would just be with him all the way.
Yeah.
To help the downtrodden in his land. So that's a really cool, like, sort of entry point for you. So is this sort of an automatic thing? Do you question anything, or does Tyrion question anything about his motives, or about his like, I guess the realistic possibilities that this can happen, or is this does he have any, like, motives of his own, I guess?
Faith that the gods will provide, and that he is on the right path. And so this is kind of like a holy quest for him, because he's taken Harold's measure, and after spending enough time with Harold, he's determined that Harold is a good and true person, a bit wild, a bit crazy, but his purpose is just. And so he's decided to help him free his people because of that.
Now, what do you guys think the the deal with what's Harold's stance on Tyrion's god, I guess?
I would say that Harold kind of, assumes. I don't think he understands properly what Tyrion's god is all about. I think he compares it to, the Pantheon home, which I'm basically thinking like a B-Tech Nordic Pantheon.
Okay.
He's a bit weirded out that it's only one god. That is, like, kind of weird, but if that's who's in charge for him, that's who's in charge for him.
It's not only one god. It's just the one that he follows in the.
Okay. Now, in that case, I think he just compares it to his own. Like, all right, this is how it works in this land. Respectable. Like, he doesn't really properly understand, everything. But if he did know about, any traditions and everything, he would try to be respectful and, like, do it properly, but would probably fail at it. Like, if it would be part of a sermon or something, like, he would try his best. We'll see what happens. But he will never speak ill of Tyrion's gods.
And Tyrion, for you, like, I guess Harold just kind of embodies everything that your god's about anyway, so maybe he gets a pass, kind of, like.
Yep. Basically, he's not really a proselytizing cleric. He's more about deeds than words.
Oh, okay.
And so it seems like Harold is about the same kind of stuff, freeing the downtrodden. He's not going about it exactly the same way, but it's close enough.
Right. Okay. And he could use some guidance from you, I guess.
Harold basically read the scriptures a bit wrong, you know? You misunderstood some parts.
And Tyrion is something of a zealot, after all. I mean, he sees this as being given a holy quest, so
Okay.
he sometimes sees signs where there aren't any signs. It's like, this crazy man from another land just showed up telling of oppression in a far off land and needing help to defeat it. And it's like, oh, a sign.
Does your god send signs? And what do they normally look like if they do?
Tyrion thinks so, but it's
Okay.
it's a matter of fierce debate in the church.
Okay. Cool. Well, they're just jealous because they're not getting signs.
That's right.
Okay.
God is talking to you.
So, Bard, you're writing a ballad about Tyrion, but you've sung ballads about the barbarian, about Harold before you even met them. So how did you end up in this situation, do you think? Or where do you sort of fit into this to this puzzle?
Oh. Well. I kind of came to meet with everybody.
Oh man, your audio is acting so weird. You want to try like disconnecting and reconnecting? We'll see if that fixes it.
Is that any better?
I'm in the GM's chair.
Is that any better?
Maybe a little bit. Still getting you just keep talking, and I'll let you know.
I was just asking if like how I came to meet everybody.
Oh, it's still messing up. Damn it.
Yeah.
Maybe just try and unplug and plug it in again.
With the,
Let me try that.
Okay.
How is that?
A little better so far.
Okay. I'll try again.
Okay.
For millionth time. Your question is how I came to meet everybody?
Not necessarily everybody, just yet. Although I am interested in that, but specifically, how do you fit into this this Tyrion and Harold equation? Because you're writing a ballad about Tyrion, but you're and you've sung songs about Harold. So I just kind of want to know, like, where do you think your character sort of fits into their equation? With what Harold's pursuits are and how Tyrion is sort of helping him.
I mean, I honestly feel like I just kind of like hang around. I don't really know if there's a.
Oh shit! Yeah, the audio is all fucked. You want to come out here and just and talk on my mic real quick? All right.
Oh
cool.
yeah, sure.
All right.
The worst part is it actually worked.
I know it worked for it worked fine, and then now it's
most
just
of the
all
time.
messed up.
Yeah.
I was just saying, I don't know if there's really any sort of real reason
You can come sit with me.
I don't know if there's any real reason I am like a part of them. I'm just kind of like hanging around, and I'm kind of just like moral support.
I
don't
have a
really
suggestion.
Like, I don't think I have a necessary. I think that might be my problem is I don't really have like a part just yet, other than just being comedic relief currently.
Terry has a suggestion. If you
Well, considering she is familiar with the adventures of Harold and happens to come across him in real life, starts following him and meeting this other I keep wanting to say flamboyant, but Tyrion, and starts wanting to write up stories about him as well.
did you hear that?
No, I did not hear.
Okay, so what Terry's saying is like you've come across Harold, who's somebody you've sung about before, who's kind of like maybe not a legend, but like he's definitely popular enough to write songs about.
Mm-hmm.
And so you started following him. He's sort of a celebrity, and then you've come across Tyrion here, and who exhibits similar kind of qualities, and does not have songs written about him yet, and so this I guess could be sort of a journey to. Is that where you're going with that, Terry? Like a journey
Yeah,
to like
straight up.
sort of write your own ballad, like make a name for yourself, like recording the
Straight
adventures.
off rip off of The Witcher.
Yeah, with The Witcher.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like just
The
like
Wild
that.
Man and the
That'll
Zealot.
work.
Latched onto the Wild Man and the Zealot, and we kind of adopted you. We're like, nope, you can't go off by yourself because you're too small. You'll get it.
Look at Remy busting in.
Yeah, I see that. All right. If you want to, I guess you can bring your computer out here and then like
And then just mute my mic.
mute your mic, and then you just use my mic to talk, and then that way you can hear everybody.
Yeah, but I have like the two. Do I still need Foundry?
I think we can do without Foundry at this point. So we have our
Okay.
character sheets and stuff done.
Oh, they hate moving.
I know.
I hate crappy computers.
Well, if Santa is kind this year, the computer problem may be solved. So we'll see. Cool. So that's a little bit about that. Terry, let's talk about how your character kind of fits into this like puzzle we're putting together. Or did you have thoughts on where it's at this moment?
Yes. More than likely, Aziz left home wanting to explore the world. And coming across this charismatic man, speaking of a great enemy across the sea, I could see how that could be a threat to my people in their way of life, and could join him in his quest to defeat.
Right, because there is great danger, and it could be possible that this danger in his homeland could even be more important than he knows, maybe, right? To defeat.
Well, yes, and once, I mean, people like that are never satisfied with what they have. So, I mean, the tyrant could come across the sea towards us just as easy.
Okay.
You know about this whole premonition of doom thing too, so
Exactly.
there's almost certainly more to it, right?
Right.
That he doesn't
Right.
know.
Yeah, there feels there's like some kind of supernatural force with this tyrant, or maybe even the tyrant doesn't know about. Who knows? Like something extraordinary seems to be happening soon.
Yes.
Cool. So and so you've kind of and so you've joined to sort of help this or to stop this this thing. What kind of role do you see yourself playing in the group? How useful? How do you make yourself useful to Harold, or how does Harold see you as useful?
Possibly as a guide, Because I don't know if we're still in my homeland, or if or like we're just like on the outskirts of it, or how that geography plays out. But I mean, I could be a guide, could be a could be very helpful in the wilderness out here.
Okay. Yeah, so we're definitely trekking through some sort of untamed wilderness. Like, I'm wondering is where we are, and anybody can like jump in on this. I'm wondering is where where the location is going to be. Is this a place that is sort of unclaimed by kings and lords, or is this like, do we think that there is sort of an overarching ruler in this place that we're at? Or is this like, what do you guys think about that? About our current location, I guess, where we are, or where we're going to be for this part of the story.
Being kind of like a wild Badlands sort of thing, kind of untamed, where maybe fewer laws, regional warlords, kind of a thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
An untamed land.
Regional warlords, so just like little pockets of power from these warlords, but no central overarching
kind
of
authority.
Wild West kind of thing.
The Wild West rough edges kind of feel of our characters in our party.
Like Shadow of Mordor.
What did you? Shadow of Mordor.
Ah, yeah.
You'll have to explain that to me because I'm not familiar.
So essentially, there's like these. I gotta take this off because I can hear myself talk. But there's like a Shadow of Mordor. Like they got these orc war chiefs, and there's like a little army, and there's kind of mini bad guys, and then there's like the ultimate overarching guys in the back who are like the 5 war chiefs, and they command people below them.
Oh, right,
Obviously
okay.
not that much, but they got like 5 different big war chiefs who own certain like territories. They fight amongst each other all the time too, but overall your job is to like get rid of them as well because they're part of Sauron's army.
Cool. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty good. So like an untamed like regional warlord run Wild West like territory or territorial scraps. I think that's a really cool environment to sort of be in. And I guess like you maybe have some towns who are maybe unclaimed or maybe like or maybe live under the protection of a warlord of some sort. I really like that aesthetic, or that I really like that idea. And it gives Harold like perfect fodder for recruiting strong, able bodies to work with, right?
Now is an ancient elven spirit that possesses me, and we're in Shadow. One thing though, it seems like from like how the characters kind of connect. I did not intend for Harold to be like the main connector in any sort of way. He's a bit off. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if it sort of happens that way, it might not stay that way, but it's definitely a good place to. I mean, it's a decent place to start if nobody has any objections to how this brainstorming session is kind of going. Which I guess not.
I mean, it's a thing you have in your in your background that I don't think anybody else really has anything like that planned in their backstory that I know of.
Well, I guess that's on me then for always wanting different backstories.
Somebody's got to be the
Right.
Until they
Dungeon
die.
World Chronicles or the Ballad of Harold. Dun, dun.
So, okay, cool. Yes, regional war, Wild West, rough, territorial, and sort of like almost every settlement, at least maybe on the fringes of these territories, is kind of fighting for survival. Not only like with the warlords themselves, but I can see this. There is a battle with nature also, or just the
Monsters.
monsters and famine and weather and all that stuff. Like, so that means that there's lots of danger and lots of problems to make stories about. So I really like that. And so, Rook, how do you fit in with all these people?
Yes.
how do you fit in?
I like to think that I met Harrison in the town that we're in. Probably I landed here because I'm wanted in every other surrounding area. And yeah, and that's about it.
So how many warlords do you think you've pissed off? Like, how many warlords have a bounty for your head?
Probably 10.
10 out of 5.
Wanted. Rook is wanted. Constantly laying low. So you're gonna have the land is fraught not only with the normal terrors, but also like people who may be looking to make an easy well, maybe not so easy, but people looking to make some money off your bounty as well.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's not all bounties. Maybe well, yeah.
And so somehow you've made yourself wanted with every warlord. Now, did you serve any of these warlords before? Do you think, or did you did you just get in too deep and then like have to go on the run, sort of, or like?
Yeah. Some of them might have thought that I served them, but yeah, they found out different.
Did you like serve and betray every single one of them?
Were you like trying to like little finger yourself out of this mess and like or like up to the top and
I mean, I didn't mean to do it.
Hey, can we each get one war chief to name?
Hey, that's a great idea, actually.
I have a great name.
Okay, what's your name? What's the name?
Plumcrish the Gorger.
Plumcrish the Gorger.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a great name. I don't know how I'm going to top that. I'm going to have to go in the other direction entirely.
Okay.
I have a name.
Okay.
Gaspard the Cannibal.
Is it Gas Bob?
Gaspard. Like Gaspard.
Oh, Gaspard.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Gaspard the
Cannibal.
Cannibal.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Nah, I don't like him either.
Very nice. I like this. We got some other.
It's like this posh, it's very posh,
Gaspard.
gentleman-like cannibal.
And maybe he is like I like each of them having sort of a different style, like, or a different like completely different aesthetic to like how they rule and like who they like what the personality of the clan or the tribe or the group is.
I got one in a different direction.
Okay.
Stefan the Crimson Blade.
Stefan the Crimson Blade. That's awesome. All right, we need 2 more. And if nobody can think of anything, that's okay. So I'll just fill in the blanks. Whatever blanks you guys leave me with, I will fill.
I mean, this is just a perfect place for Vlad the Impaler.
Ah, there you go.
We did it, ladies and gentlemen.
Those are Terran vampire.
We nailed it.
And
With
vampire.
a fucking
overlord.
cross.
Nice.
Well,
And
we can leave out the vampire part, but it just going off the main theme. This is just how it's working.
yes. And one more.
Come on, Rook.
Who
Tum.
did you screw over?
You say Tum Tum?
Yeah.
I think Tom Tom's the scariest of them all. He doesn't even have a title. No one knows.
Go like Muppet Treasure Island. Big ugly baby eating O'Brien.
Oh my gosh.
The Unbreakable.
Tum Tum the Unbreakable.
Tum Tum the Unbreakable.
I
If
imagine
you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
my war chief is like super gross and like loves to torture and just there's rumors he like pulls people apart to kill them.
Which one is that one? Plumcrish?
Plumcrish.
Plumcrish.
Torture.
So tears people apart.
Whereas Stefan is all about finesse and style, and would probably trade fashion tips with Harrison.
Finesse.
Gaspard lives in luxury and luxury only. Everywhere he walks is a red carpet, literally. And he eats, human parts of a silver platter with fork and knife and everything.
Very nice. Got that down. What about Vlad?
Had with a fine Bordeaux. Mm.
What about Vlad?
Yeah.
Coming this Christmas to theaters everywhere. What about Vlad?
Trying to think of the way to word it. Let me see. So Vlad likes to think of himself as nobility, but he has no idea what it means to be a noble. Hence the gruesome public displays of his displeasure.
Twisted nobility or twisted or delusional
There you go.
nobility. Yeah.
Twisted nobility.
I feel like we're about to get fucked up so badly by these people.
I can't even wait to hear what Tum Tum is.
So each of these is a mini boss, and Harold's nemesis is the big boss. Basically, we're designing a video game.
I feel like Tom Tom's the hidden boss. No title and nothing. He's just the secret boss at the end.
I feel like Tum Tum might actually be like an actual fucking monster. Like not human at all, but like an actual fucking like giant or fucking like something that does not like fit in with the rest of these humanoids, but is like
a mutated demonic chimera creature kind of deal.
But still unable
It's
to,
like
or still able to rule, I guess. But like,
Yeah. I was thinking
And it tries to pretend
Plumcrish
it's
was kinda
human.
orcish, actually.
huh?
I was thinking Plumcrish was like an orc,
Oh, Plumcrish is an orc. Okay.
just because I was going off that Shadow of Mordor. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So orc. Yeah, we can definitely make distinctions like that. But Deacon, did you have anything specific for Tum Tum, or do you mind us just riffing?
No, yeah, you go ahead.
Ogre
I like to
baby,
think that
Oh, ogre. Okay. Oh, so what were we gonna say, Deacon?
Maybe he likes to tell really bad jokes, and if you don't laugh, you're punished.
Yeah, he goes.
I like this.
I like ogre.
You
Or
don't laugh, you get a timeout.
or if you tell him a joke and he doesn't get it, then you're really fucked. Like
Yeah.
So, possible plot idea.
okay.
What if these war chiefs are the vanguard for Harold's tyrant?
Oh,
and then
Lord.
He's a bigger battle.
Oh,
And then you can decide who that is.
I really don't like that Tom is just, not the big bad. Like, he's just, the underling of the big bad. Like,
That's kinda
I'm
fun.
terrified.
Like Shadow of Mordor. They have like bodyguards as well. So you can come up, the GM can come up with a big baddie. And maybe he doesn't even have a name yet. We have to find out by these vanguards that there's somebody else.
Interesting.
I really like this idea.
So Vanguard for
decide on-
greater threat, and did you say that it? So what was? I'm sorry. What was the latter part of what you said?
I was saying you could choose who that is, or wait, maybe we don't even know who it is yet, because we each get to choose a war chief. You can choose the big baddie.
Let's see. Well, I think Terry was saying that the big baddie would be the Harold's tyrant,
Tyrant.
right? Okay. And then,
But who that is
right.
up to you.
Yeah.
I could just go ham on that. Okay, cool.
Did we decide on a number of warlords, or do we not know? Okay, you say it's 5. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
5. Yeah.
Yeah, what are their names again?
We've got Stefan, the Crimson Blade, Plumcrish the Gorger, Gaspard the Cannibal, Vlad the Impaler, and Tum Tum the Unbreakable. And so they all have a piece of this. Wherever you guys are at, they have a piece of this land, and it is across the sea from Harold's homeland, where the tyrant rules, and they are sort of a vanguard of this incoming or upcoming invasion, I guess, perhaps, or possible invasion.
I kind of feel like the tyrant should be female.
Okay, I will write that down.
It's the biggest, baddest bitch of them all, Like, like compare her to these warlords, they're nothing. Like,
Yeah, she
absolute.
goes in a room
Well, and
they
they
just
might
stop.
and they might be they might not have even met her, but maybe they're vying for her favor. Like,
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
And that's why they fight amongst themselves all the time too. Which would make it
Yeah.
interesting if we can get one of them to fight each other.
The winner becomes her consort.
That's why
What-
I love Shadow of Mordor.
what'd you say, Plaster?
It's such a good game.
I said the winner becomes her consort.
Oh.
Tum Tum.
Tom the tyrant fucker.
He comes running out of the bedroom. I've been broken.
Covered in leather straps.
Oh god.
So you sure this is 8 sessions?
Well, so we probably won't be able to fit all of this into 8 sessions, but I think we'll be able to start. I think we'll be able to create a story within the context of all of this that can be up to 8 sessions, and then if we want to continue it further beyond those 8 sessions, we totally can. But I would like to wrap up a sort of story arc or a story or a plot, I guess, in 8 sessions, and maybe just start small, and then we'll build towards something. If we feel like we can continue, then we'll continue. It's how I feel about it. I think that might, huh?
I feel like by session 3 we party wipe, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. This is some really good stuff to work with. I was gonna have you guys all name a location in the land, and it can be whatever you want. It can be a town, a landmark, some place of significance to you. We don't exactly have to know where it is, but if you would like to include like sort of notes on its location in the land. I don't have a map yet, so I'm trying to get some locations to throw on a map, and so I can just start sort of building a vision of what this place might look like.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I didn't quite get there in time.
So Vlad definitely inhabits a place called the Peaks of Blood.
Okay.
Which is basically just a very sharp ridge of mountains. I don't know. Kind of like think Rockies as far as the like barren peaks,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe more like the faces of the mountains are more sheer. It's more
Okay.
it definitely looks like points. It's like spear points coming up out of the landscape.
Okay. So we've got some mountains in this land.
I think I have one.
Okay.
The Ancient Lich's Woods.
Sounds like a great vacation spot.
A great vacation spot. Ancient Lich's Woods. Do you have is it just a name, or do you have any like kind of like why this would be significant to
So
you or anybody?
it's kind of like those woods that people try to avoid. They don't want to like, because if it's like there's a town here, the woods here, and a town on the other side, people would rather go around the woods. Than
Okay,
go
I got
through.
you.
Because they're just rumored so dangerous, and they get like black gnarled tree roots, and people hear voices. There's like a deep fog. They're always
Would you say this is a cursed place?
yeah,
Okay.
or supposedly cursed.
It's that lich from the temple. He's really a nice guy.
Good.
He's
Exactly.
so giving.
He makes great Moses.
Is that supposed to be the place where my war chief like has territory?
Not necessarily. I'm just looking
Okay.
for just any interesting locations to throw on a map. It can be just a name. It can be a description of a place. Just whatever you guys want to throw. But I just wanted to get at least one from each of you.
Well, we already have the Whispering Plains, right?
Oh, we do have the Whispering Plains, but I was unclear as to whether or not that was that a place that you're just from, or is that a place that will be relevant in the story?
That is up to you.
Okay.
I've got some ideas rolling in my head about the features of Whispering Plains.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and talk to me about those. While everybody else is thinking.
So I think it's the Whispering Plains. There used to be a large city there, but some cataclysm in the forgotten past. Basically just wiped it out. So the Whispering Plains are kind of cursed.
Okay.
They're called the Whispering Plains because as the wind blows, it sounds like voices, but not in a language anybody can understand.
Right.
And occasionally, you will see glints in the distance, like flashings of light or like light reflecting off something shiny. But the people of the plains know not to follow those because they usually lead to your doom. Kind of like will-o-wisps
Right.
in the swamp, but on the plains. And it's more like the African savanna as opposed to like the American plains. So you got your large predator.
So could this be almost like, well, I guess, so there used to be this city here, and then it was destroyed in Cataclysm. So I imagine like fragments of the city still kind of peek up from the, like nature has reclaimed it, but I imagine like there are these little places where, so stuff's peeked up.
I'm sure that many a treasure hunter has been lured into the plains, never to return.
That's what your secret right of the land was.
I would really, I mean, if you're down, I would really like the whole thing to take place in the Whispering Plains. That is an environment that I'm kind of all about, or maybe like have it at least feature prominently, sort of in the in this setting.
Well, like so, these warlands are like on the border of the Whispering Plains.
Okay.
Like possibly
invading
or trying to find what secrets lie within to impress the tyrant or such. Possibly the city was like some group of mages or something, and no one really knows what happened to the city, but they blew it all up.
So, so nobody would try to settle on the Whispering Plains.
It would take a very specific type of people, kind of more like a nomadic. Like you wouldn't find many permanent settlements, but like you might find nomadic camps and stuff like that.
And so would that be like, would those nomadic camps, would those be like your people? Like, are you? Oh, that's what that's something else I wanted to ask you. Like there might be other druids out there, but you're the only druid that we care about. But like what are you, like? Do you come from a how? I guess I want to know more about your people and like and like, is a druid something that is pretty common, or are you sort of an outlier of your people?
I feel that, so I'm from a nomadic tribe.
Okay.
It's more of a hunter-gatherer type tribal setup. And druids, while not uncommon, once I became a druid and realized, that there's so much more out there, I kind of got hit by the wanderlust, more so than them. So I wanted to leave and explore new areas and meet new peoples. And
okay.
Upon finding this threat on the border, that's kind of become my goal, to protect the plains.
And okay, so so I'd like one of my jams is like people rebuilding over top of older civilizations. So so the spirit lands, the Whispering Plains are they're gonna, I guess they're sort of they're separate from where we're adventuring or whatever, because you've left there, and there is something there to plunder, but But if there was a city there, then there would have been like other structures sort of like in the land surrounding the Whispering Plains. So like
Yeah, you would have had your satellite towns and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
figure once the heart of the civilization fell, the rest of it kind of got reclaimed.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Awesome.
I'm between two ideas.
Huh?
I'm between two ideas.
Okay.
Either something that it's really not thematic with the rest of the things going on in the world,
Okay.
and one that would absolutely fit.
Okay.
Um,
Well, throw them both out, and we'll see.
I don't have a name for it, but I'm thinking like somewhere very close to like the center of the continent or the country, or so to say. Just one small town. They're just happy. It's a great place to live. Everyone's just, the economy's going great. Everyone gets enough food and enough money to do anything. Like, it's just the best place, and no warlord has touched it for some reason, and no one knows why.
See, it sounded all good, and then you threw that sinister like.
No one knows why.
Yeah. Or just have a great coliseum somewhere, where the warlords basically have spectacles of just fights between their underlings, or who wants to climb up to small rankings beneath them, or just blood sport in general.
Okay. Coliseum scene. Like what? Like there's a blood sport scene, and maybe kind of like the Olympics are to our world. Maybe that's like the only time that the clans or the warlords can like come together and like agree on a somewhat civil like like contest of some sort. Like,
well, it's all about bragging rights.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about being able to look down at another person. It's just the best thing.
My champion beat your champion.
Right. But I imagine at these kind of events, there's still like a huge amount of fucking going on between the like.
Oh, absolutely, maliciously.
Oh yeah.
From name, I was thinking like Vulture's Arena or something. I don't know.
Okay, cool. And I'm gonna put that Happy Town in our back pocket, and we're gonna maybe do something. Because why are they so fucking happy?
Yeah, it's just great. No one, yeah, it's just good.
All right, and then yeah, anybody got anything else as far as locations?
How about Broken Soul Keep?
Broken Soul Keep.
An old abandoned monastery that used to be where people of all faiths could go to train and exchange ideas. And something happened there. No one is sure what, because nobody survived.
Tom went.
That's where Tum Tum the Unbreakable holds his court.
This is long before the invasion. This is like hundreds of years. And people have gone to investigate, and anybody that has come back changed. Those that have survived it described it as a transformative experience, and the transformations weren't always good.
Interesting. So something still lurks there.
Something still lurks there. Thus far, nobody that has come out the same. And so nobody can say what really happened there all those hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, like, paladins will make pilgrimages there, try and test their mettle and prove their might. And
But there's no like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, just to, prove their holy might against whatever evil or curse, lays upon the place.
So there.
As far no one has prevailed.
So there's no like particular like. So no one knows what's there. There's no like particular like god or anything that might exist there. But everybody's certain that whatever's there is evil.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. And let's see. I think everybody's given one. Deacon, did you have anything that you wanted to throw in there?
Have we already done like a bigger town, maybe something industrious?
We haven't. We haven't. I don't think.
Yeah, let's maybe do something like that. A terrible, shady place. Maybe we can call it Pickle Pink or
What is it?
I don't know.
What did you say? I heard tickle pink. Tickle pink?
That's what I heard. I heard either tickled or pickled. I wasn't sure which.
Yeah, it don't matter. Call it whatever.
Okay. So there's sort of an industry sort of place. I imagine it would have to be tied to some like some raw like resource, and probably is not a.
Yeah.
But I guess it would be a boon to whoever controls it, and maybe a source of wealth or power.
Yeah.
And probably at the great expense of the citizens of this place. I wonder if it would even serve as maybe like a work camp or like a prison camp for one of the warlords.
Oh yeah.
But for whom?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of which one could actually run an operation like that. And
Tom can do anything.
The answer is always Tom.
But before I've seen Tom, I believe that he is like a resurrected evil deity or something. Like Tom can be anything.
There's nothing Tum Tum cannot do.
I'm sure that's what they will say.
That's what I sing.
I heard Tum Tum can cook a 3-minute egg in 1 minute. I saw it.
It's like the Chuck Norris.
He can make minute fries in 59 seconds.
You said you've sung songs about Tum Tum.
Oh, totally.
Oh yeah, are they nice songs?
They're scary songs.
Scary songs. All right.
For the songs that give nightmares to children and adults alike.
You better be good. This old Tum Tum. So, okay, cool. And then I want to talk about a base of operations. Now, this isn't a place that you necessarily own, but maybe a place that you find yourself returning to after your adventures or your travels. I'm kind of curious about like what sort of place you guys would maybe call home, or at least feel safe enough to return to, time and time again.
Sorry, my mind's just stuck with Tom.
Inside of Tum Tum's belly. I feel like it's boring just to call it like home camp or base camp or something like that.
maybe there's a structure somewhere like out in the middle of nowhere, maybe near a river
Like a giant
or
tree base.
Ooh.
yeah, a giant tree base that has been modified. Uh, e- e- hmm.
Because I was thinking like the inside has been like I mean because this thing's massive. I imagine it was like hollowed out and at one point was that used by a group of people that don't exist or moved and we've taken place there.
We lived in a hollowed out deku tree.
Yes.
Make cookies.
Yes.
How does the
It's
druid
on-
feel about this?
It's on a pond too.
About your tree base? It on a pond or in a pond?
On or in,
Under the water.
either one.
An inverted underwater tree base.
Okay.
How do the rest of you feel about this tree base? Or do you have anything to add or anything to contest with?
I think a tree.
mean, are we the only
makes
one-
more-
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, you first.
Are we the only ones there, or is this like a small?
You don't have to
Like-
be the only ones there. This could be a town that you return to from time to time, where you know some folk that you can trust. It could be a place sort of on the outskirts and alone, if you like. It's anything is
Like
up.
the forest settlement or something like that.
Right. Yeah. It could be something like that.
I could see something like that because it seems like that makes more sense with the druid and the barbarian than any kind of urban setting. I feel like the rest of us will be more likely to adapt to something more natural to them than to try and force them into a city.
Okay. It's like a small settlement.
All
Yeah.
I'm saying is a dead tree is very flammable.
It's not dead though.
Yeah.
It's not.
Dead.
Oh, it's alive. Okay. I was under the impression that we said hollowed out deku tree that was dead.
No.
Right,
I can
alive.
imagine the people that were there or are there, whatever we decide. It's like well taken care of. Otherwise, it would have
All
been
right. Cool.
like you said, it would have been highly flammable and been burnt up at this point.
The
Just
roof would
one
give it
bad
a-
night of liquor and it's gone.
I like it.
So somebody draw the picture for me here, like or like put it all together for me and describe it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big tree,
Mm-hmm.
long branches.
Yeah.
Almost kind of imagine the one, kind of like in Lion King in that like sunrise scene, except like 20 million times bigger. And on the inside is, I imagine like stairs and maybe even like little huts if we have other people in it. Remember that one tree in Elder Scrolls Online?
Yeah.
Like
Where the
that.
elves live.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that. They have like a civilization in this tree.
Okay.
But if it's just us, it can be like smaller scale. But if there's other people there can be like little huts and businesses and different tiers as well.
Anything to add or contest to?
I would like to nail down whether the current residents are the original or like settlers that moved in after the original ones left. Or it could be a mix of both.
Maybe a mix of both. I like that.
Like some of the original, the ones that actually created the tree, I'm imagining elves.
Yeah, I am too.
most of the elves moved on, but some stayed behind as caretakers for the trees, and they allowed other people to move in.
Now, did they allow, or do you think there might be some, or maybe they allowed, and but they didn't realize how many people are going to be like, or exactly,
or what kind of people,
right? Because
I was gonna say
because I imagine oh, go ahead.
Imagine they would allow people to move in as long as they were respectful, but then how would they deal with people that weren't?
Right.
Especially when settlers start outnumbering the originals.
Right.
Well, I imagine there's something magical about the tree. If they needed to, they could ward certain people out, depending how severe.
I kind of like the idea, though, of them being kind of like victims of their own.
Or this could be Happy Town.
This could be Happy Town.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a safe spot, but we don't know why. Could be something sinister.
Uh-oh.
The tree is a lie.
Party wipe session 1.
All right.
Yeah, that's how it's remained standing. For some reason, people just can't destroy it.
Happy town.
Live in a magic tree. That's what you're saying.
Happy tree.
Yeah. But we don't know what that magic is. Could be something good. Could be something bad.
And I would think too that breaching the safety of its halls would be a feather in the cap of any warlord looking to increase their reputation.
Oh, good.
But of course, got to paint that target.
Yeah, true. Here comes Tom Tom.
Tum.
Which is why we don't just stay in Happy Town, because we know it's being threatened.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Tom Tom knocking on the bar, like, "Hey guys, can you let me in? Like, please." Like, you want to be conquered or something? Like, you want to work under me?
Excuse me, bud.
Hey, fellas, would you mind?
I'll be really nice about it.
This guy's all right.
Say we live.
Say we let him in. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I think I can work with that. May figure out some way to because I really am fixed on this part of, or this thing of like the elves being sort of victims of their own generosity in a way, like
Yeah, they keep inviting people in, but they can't really kick them out.
and at some point, like, you know, if there's the more ownership that these settlers take over the place, like the more it loses its sense of, or the more they might lose their sense of belonging to the place. And I don't know, it could be an interesting environment. But what is this place called? Is this place called Happy Tree?
Happy tree.
Whatever Elvish word translates to that, sure.
Hey Siri, what's Elvish for happy tree? See what Siri says to.
I could spout some Norwegian. Maybe that works for Elvish. I don't know.
Okay, what's Norwegian for happy tree?
Well, Swedish would be glada träet. Norwegian would be, let's see, what would that be? Actually,
I just did a Google search.
What?
Here, let me write. So I'm not gonna try and butcher this out loud.
Okay.
So this is happy tree. Alassi galab.
Okay. Alassi galad.
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 It's a very fancy way of saying glad. Galad. Or if you're hick, Galad.
Galad. Well, I imagine the people who are the primary residents there would mispronounce the fuck out of it, whatever it is, in Elven.
Alas.
So, yeah, so they'd probably have some, like,
Good.
bastardized version of the Elvish name.
Alassi galad.
What was the first word? Alassi?
Alassi.
Yeah,
Alassi.
ALASSE and then GALAD.
So Alassi Galad is the elven name, and the humans all call it Galad.
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 hey, you want them gay lad?
Galad.
It's happy. It's a happy tree.
Very
Yeah.
happy.
And then the humans are just calling it tree.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, big tree. Yeah, nice.
Big tree, little tree.
Happy tree. That's
Irony.
That's where I live. I live a happy tree.
All right, cool. Let me see. Let me look back on my. I was like, I'm gonna take 1 page of notes, and then now I have a dozen pages of notes. Let's see. I think.
Minute.
All right, cool. I think I'm. I think all the questions that I have or would have had have been answered up to this point. Do you guys have any questions about the game, the world, the setting, anybody's other characters?
Not really. I think it's pretty fleshed out.
Macho turned off the camera.
I was gonna say, I think the dog turned off your camera.
Oh, I do have one more question. Plastered, have you thought of a name for your god, or for?
Yes, I actually have.
Okay.
It's Janric the Golden Hammer. JNRIC.
JENIRC.
JANRIC.
Janric, the Golden Hammer. And you said he's or he or she?
He
Okay, and
is.
he's one of a pantheon, right? There's a pantheon
He's
of
one of the
gods out there.
pantheon, and I'll work on fleshing that out.
Okay.
God of justice, and I wrote a couple of other things, but I put it into my character sheet in the deity section in the moves, the special moves for the starting stuff.
Okay.
It's all in there, so you should be able to see it.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely be looking back over your guys' character
Yeah.
sheets and whatnot.
So I named him, and I'll fill out that pantheon.
And one of the principles of the game is draw maps, leave blanks. So so definitely leave. So when you're constructing this pantheon, leave room for whatever spontaneity like we might have
Sure.
to fill. And I think that might be it. I think this is an amazing foundation for some interesting stories to be told. Last call for any ideas, anything that didn't get addressed, or a name that needed to be used, a thing that needs to happen.
Did you come up with a name for the one town?
Which one? The tree place?
No, the industry.
Tickle Pink?
Tickle Pink.
Work camp.
Yeah, Tickle Pink Work Camp.
I love it.
Lovely place.
Because I have a feeling somebody's escaped from Tickle Pink, so it's like, oh
Tickle
yeah.
Pink Gulag Incorporated.
Yes.
I have a feeling somebody in this party has escaped from Tickle Pink more than once. Just getting thrown back in there. They don't learn.
Oh, right. Harold and Rook's scheme.
Oh, the
Um,
con, yes.
Yeah, the con. What are we doing?
You guys, yeah, if you guys want to, you can discuss. Maybe something will come up during play that will seem perfect. If you can't think of anything right away, but don't don't feel pressured at this moment.
I get the feeling that my and Rook's blood bond has something to do with Tickle Pink.
Oh, that's fantastic. That would be crazy.
Fun there, Plaster.
The remains of a pen that is tracking ink all over my
no.
house.
Oh no.
Oh,
Titan has eaten the pen.
Titan, no. Look at him
Bad
stalking you in the
Titan.
back.
I know, he's like,
That was
coming
mine.
back. He's like, everything cool here? He's like, but you know what he's doing? He's looking at the napkin that I've just used to wipe my hand going, can I look, you can just kind of see his nose just out of frame. He's like, can I have that napkin? Here, I'll hold it up a little higher so he can try and reach for it. Here, I'll move it back. Like, he's following the napkin. He's like, have it? Can I have it? No, you can't have it. You've done enough damage. Thank you.
oh.
Spooky Seraph says, what happens in Tickle Pink stays in Tickle Pink. All right. Well, it is 11 o'clock, guys. Fantastic.
Yeah.
This was a great
I think it's
creative
I think it's
brainstorming
perfect.
session.
Did you want to raid somebody?
Yeah.
Because I don't have.
Let me.
so I messaged you Baldorath.
Baldorath?
Yeah. Okay.
They're the only one in the storyteller team.
Oh, cool. Let me go ahead and get that set up. You said you
Cool.
messaged me. Where'd you message me at?
I messaged Porkball.
Oh, you messaged Fork Puff. Okay.
Oh.
There you go. You can just type it in.
Which you
It's right
he
there.
meant.
All right, cool. So great story. Brainstorming session. Plaster Dragon, you want to shout out your channel?
Twitch.tv/theplasterdragon. 6 nerd aquariums, low Koebel. Nice.
Oh man, look, you're right at the end. Caught us right at the tail end. But this video will be available on it'll be available on our Twitch channel where you can watch it anytime, as long as it's up. At least for the next, I don't know how long they hold on to it. But you can also find it at YouTube by clicking the link on our About page. And if you do watch it there and you happen to enjoy it, subscribe or like that video if you haven't already. And follow us on Twitter. Give us a follow on Twitter and keep up with what we're doing in the Twitterverse. And check out dndwow.com and cash in on a 10% discount for a 30mm dice by using the Action Sturge at checkout. And thank you so much to all of you for starting this journey with me. I appreciate it so much. If you guys have anything to say good night, go ahead and say it now. We're going to start the raid counter, so you guys can say good night, whatever you need to say.
Where Tum Tum.
Beware
Good night.
Tum Tum. Beware.
Night, everyone.
That's his symbol.
It's very misleading.
That's the symbol. That's the hand gesture he makes when he tears people apart.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
tuning
Are we
in.
on the raid? All
Have a
right.
nice night.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you so much. And that is
But-
done.